Marvel and the Walt Disney Company have a Hulk-sized problem as Mark Ruffalo has decided he's going to weigh in on the chaos in Los Angeles. Folks, what he is saying is so bad that it puts the entire Spider-Man 4 movie, which he is rumored to be starring in, at risk. Today we'll tell you why Disney must say more than tisk tisk when it comes to the original Avenger offending everyone, including the Diz. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel. It is a pleasure, as always, to have you join us. Welcome aboard. Come one, come all, and heed the call for understanding entertainment. Keeping you ahead of the culture curve is what we do here. Folks, we are ready to talk about Mark the Gruffalo Ruffalo, the green man, not the orange man, the Hulkster himself, who might be a hoaxster at this point. Get ready. We'll dive in. Click the like button, and here we go. Look at this. It's out of Breitbart. And for those of you out there who would say also, since we're just we're slapping down all of the lies today, for those who say, oh, this channel leans in a particular direction, we will read from anything out there. We bring up the HuffPost. We bring up everything. CNN. We've been on the Mary Sue before. No, we're not talking Star Wars. All right. Breitbart has this one. It says Disney's Avenger star, Mark Ruffalo, the Gruffalo, calls days of violent anti-ice chaos and looting peaceful civil disobedience and protests. All right, so Mark Ruffalo, this is why it matters. This is why we're going here, folks. Disney has a decision to make, and they got to make it soon. This is by Simon Kent. Disney's Avengers star, Mark Ruffalo the Gruffalo, has dismissed days of violent anti-ice demonstraciones and looting that has put the streets of LA into chaos, but he calls it peaceful civil disobedience before urging sympathizers. And here's where he goes perhaps a little too far, a little too fuerte. Find a protest in your city. Yes, Mark Ruffalo wants to share the love. Look at this. It's Summer of Love 2.0, and Mark Ruffalo wants to send it to you, baby. I think most people in their towns will talk to their friends in LA and say, yeah, I would prefer not to have to hide inside my bedroom at night and plug my ears lest I hear what's going on outside. Ruffalo the Gruffalo took to the social media platform Mr. Blue Sky, to air his conviction that efforts to quell the public disturbance missed the point, saying, turning the military, I will speak like the Gruffalo. Turning the military directly on American citizens on U.S. soil is unconstitutional. This is not we can't say that. These are peaceful civil disobedience protests. They're treating our National Guard like basura, trash. And here's where Disney has a decision. He says, June 14th is No King's Day. Find a protest in your city. All right, panel, can anybody tell me what the heck is No King's Day?
I don't
Probably
know.
some commie thing.
Pretty sure that's actually Flag Day.
No King's Day.
No
Jonas,
King's Day.
what do you got, Jonas? What do you
I'm Wikipediaing this as we speak. Yep. There's no such thing as No King's Day, according to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That is Wikipedia.
I think, be careful about searching for this, folks. It's not going to bring up what you think. I think that they are claiming that Trump is a king and that he's acting as a king and that this is No King's Day. And they're going to protest, the idea of authoritarian rule from the Orange Man. Now, here's the question for everybody out there. Mark Ruffalo is allegedly going to be the replacement star for Hugh Jackman in the upcoming Spider-Man film. They're going to pair Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo, the Gruffalo, together for a Spidey versus Hulk matchup. If you're Disney now and you've got Mark Ruffalo going way beyond what you just suspended an ABC News reporter for, what do you do when this man, your celebrity, your big Avengers star, is out there telling people, let's export the LA chaos all across the country? That's what we need. Ron, I'll go to you first. Your thoughts on Mark Ruffalo deciding that he is going to send this out as a little love letter to the US of A?
I don't know. Ruffalo's got some of the weirdest takes that I've ever seen when it comes to his politics, and it's And so, it's funny because I actually like him as an actor, and most of the things that he's been in, I've enjoyed his performances and stuff. And he truly is one of the guys that I wish would just shut your mouth, please, when it comes to the political fray. Just entertain, do your job, and sit back. And I always think of, on the other side, Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt, great actor, and I kind of put him in the same vein with Mark Ruffalo, as far as I like Chris Pratt a little bit better as acting, but he's we kind of generally know where he stands, but yet he's pretty quiet when it comes to like mainstream political issues, and he does his job and he entertains, and that's what you should do when you're an entertainer. You get involved in stuff like this and it becomes dangerous. This tweet, I have to say, could be construed as far more dangerous than I think there was a wonderful star named Gina Carano, who was a strong, powerful woman who tweeted a few years ago something, and Disney didn't treat her so well for that.
I can't imagine why. Hey, let me get Marvin in here. Marvin, as we're watching the what's going on, you think the people in Des Moines are listening to Mark Ruffalo, the Gruffalo? Do you think people over in Grand Rapids are saying, you know what, we need more of that. Bring that over here. We'd love to have some of that. I want to watch my LG and Samsung LEDs going out the door of whatever big box retailer there is, with people who quote unquote prepaid.
Yeah, probably not. I just can't wait to see one of them running out the door going, Mark Ruffalo told me this was okay. My question to Disney right now is,
fine.
Mark Ruffalo smash. Like I've smashed the window of this iPhone store. But I think Disney right now should be asking themselves one question. Hey, what's Edward Norton up to right now?
Right, exactly.
Correct a mistake that was made over 10 years ago.
Anybody who can be Bruce at this point, please bring him in. And we're not talking about that Bruce, not Batman Bruce. By the way, folks, I just want to say, for full transparency, listen, when it comes to the issues of immigration and everything, I know at least two individuals who have been caught up in this thing, and they're completely innocent, and but I trust that the system is going to be fair and impartial, and that they'll be fine once they get all the documentation and everything. But I do realize that for some people this is a great inconvenience, and you can get pulled into this in a way that you don't want to be. At the same time, I also recognize that there has been a tremendous corrupting of the system. There are vast numbers of people who do not behave well, have no regard for our laws, and they're abusing them, they're misusing them. And so whenever you have a situation where you try to get lots of violent individuals out, then it is going to create disruption, and some people are going to get caught up in the situation that don't want to be in it. Totally with all that, okay?
And those people should sue and get lots of money.
Exactly. But Mark Ruffalo calling for this stuff to go beyond LA, I think, is just insanity. And I don't see how Disney keeps him for a single additional project. But I think we're exactly right again. Here's more fodder for Gina Carano with her attorneys to say, yeah, you kept this guy. You kept this guy.
It's amazing how they are, they're making sure that they don't restrict anybody for their political takes now. But at that moment, that was the only time it was acceptable. But now they're being real careful.
Well, I mean, look, what Ruffalo has said here could be considered incitement. I mean, it really is. Like when you look at exactly what it is that people are doing out there, and he's saying go out into the streets, like that is not a good look for him. It's not a good look for Disney. Not a good look for Marvel. Not a good look for the Hulk.
It's not a good look for Democrats either, if you want to look at, how this reflects poorly on them. Look, nobody wanted to hear from any of these people during the election cycle. The polls and the results obviously demonstrate that. They basically spent over $1 billion trying to put an unpopular person into that office of president. They relied on people like Mark Ruffalo and Pedro Pascal to try to drive that. Guess what? It didn't work. I think I'd be looking even closer into the background of some of these Hollywood people, because it's a decent chance that they may not be here legally either.
Get the Gruffalo. No, we're kidding, folks. We're kidding.
We're not talking about Gruffalo, but yeah.
Hey, Jonas, do you think that Mark Ruffalo might be in a situation here where maybe the FBI does need to be looking at him? And should that be a warning? I don't want to call. Well, let me rephrase it. Should that be a sign of caution for some of the other Disney celebs who often run their mouths in ways that are regrettable, such as like Mark Hamill?
Well, Mark Ruffalo has always been a bit of a political, let's say,
buffoon.
Yeah, that'll work. You said it, I didn't.
I have stronger words, but
he's always just been kind of silly about stuff, and so is Scarlett Johansson. She's just quieter and much better to look at. There's a through line here of stars doing things that are, I would say, they're really good at emoting on stage and not very good at actually following what's going on politically. I don't know how someone could be in LA and look at all of this and not see an issue with it. And Newsom is now, I don't know how much you're going to cover the Gavin Newsom thing here, but Newsom is actively saying, you know what, instead of focusing on ending these riots, we're going to take the time right now to sue Donald Trump for trying to bring in the National Guard. I think that a lot of this is staging, posturing, to put it in a more political.
You mean from the side of the Callies, not from the side of the feds?
No, I think the federal thing, from what I'm hearing, is it started out as a cartel raid and then escalated from there.
Right.
So California is on the side of the cartels, is my read.
Then. What a shock, huh? What a shock.
There are a couple states that seem to be led by cartel leadership.
I got to say, I think that Mark Ruffalo is perfect now to lead the role of the Red Hulk. And the Red Hulk will mean something very different than what it meant before. So there you go, folks. There's what's going on with Mark Ruffalo. And Disney got some explaining to do. Before we go, though, I just want to say, we're hearing reports that Chris Evans is not allegedly going to be in the next Avengers trilogy. He's not going to be in the next Avengers movies. Mark Ruffalo just might be. Hey, Disney, I don't always agree with Chris Evans' political takes, but I got to say, he's got more sense than this man. Maybe do a swap-a-rooski, if you know what I mean. Oh, did I say rooski? It's a Gruffalo segment indeed. Jonas, I see you with your little bars. Did you have one more thing to add?
No. I was just looking it up. June 14th is Flag Day.
Yeah.
It is also Che Guevara's birthday.
Oh, terrible.
Also Donald Trump's birthday. So.
And the day after the 13th, of course, which will be okay. Anyway, folks, we will. Did you say it was Orange Man's birthday?
Yeah, in 4 days.
Oh, no King's Day, Orange Man. I get it.
Happy birthday!
Oh, the commies, they really are on point today.
Folks, it's time to bid you adieu, but we hope that you will help us anew. And that is, we're only asking you click that like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. And oh, by the way, have you gone the way of thatparkplace.com? www.thatparkplace.com. It's the website that if you're not yet bookmarked to, well, you should be. A bastion of truth and knowledge when it comes to entertainment and everything that's going on. Go check it out today, folks. We would love to have you over there as well. All right, we are getting ready to head out, but do not fret, for we will put out 4 more videos tomorrow, so long as the good Lord allows. And we believe that probably, just might, happen. All right, until the next time we get to share time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Hey, Floral, guess what?
You put a fork in Pro's microwave again.
No, that was yesterday.
I don't know that what.
Oh, I've decided to give up on torturing Jonas.
What? Why? In the same way the cat sleeps like 20 hours a day, that was like your purpose.
I know, but I've decided there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Like Lorne. I mean, think about it. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, and frankly, he has almost no weaknesses I can find. Except that he's really smart.
So, you want to annoy the one panelist without a single flaw, because he's smart.
Yeah, like that winged statue at that fancy Paris museum thingy. I want to break the one thing that everyone loves most.
So, kind of like the opposite of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to see her all the time at family reunions anyway.
You get to see Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. She's a total troll. Lives under a bridge, harasses billy goats, the whole 9 yards.
It all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, maybe she'll get me... okay, I'm gonna call her on my... I'm gonna call her and see if she'll be in the next Indiana Jones. She should be the next Indiana Jones. That'll totally destroy Lord. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, Rach. I've got a cool idea for you that involves a whip and snakes.
I love that description. It's perfect.
I know, right? Weird, as we always say.